Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Steven here with my BlackWidow Ultimate keyboard box. Unfortunately, my unboxing video for this keyboard got corrupted, and I had deleted the original file the night before because I had thought the video had gone up on YouTube and it was all good, but it wasn't. The audio had been removed, the screen was all black. So unfortunately there will be no unboxing video for this, but I'm going to do an informational video instead because I thought it wouldn't be the same if I just repacked the keyboard into the box and did a fake unboxing video for you guys. So instead I'm going to do an informational video with all the information I had been able to find about this keyboard and stuff, as well as how to install it and what I think of the keyboard. So I'm going to get started right now. As you can see, I have the front of the box with the window where the up, down, left and right arrow keys were. These keys right here, can't see them, let me light them up. Those keys were in that window. So first off, on the front we've got RaZER BlackWidow Ultimate Mechanical Gaming Keyboard, and then it's in Spanish as well. For gamers, by gamers, the motto of RaZER, again in Spanish. Then we have Mechanical Key Architecture in Spanish, for faster tactility and faster response. So the mechanical keys, superior tactility, faster response, and then it's all in Spanish as well. Fully programmable keys, touch with on-the-fly macro recording. I still don't know what on-the-fly macro recording is. I'm assuming it's commands that you can use for the keyboard, but I don't know how to program them, so unfortunately that won't be part of this. Additional gaming keys. I don't know why they mentioned this here, but it says with individually backlit keys. It's a really poor place to put it because all the keys are individually backlit, not just the additional gaming keys, which are located here on the side. And I should light the keyboard up. So right here on the side, these are the M1, M2, M1, M2, M3, M4, M5 keys. They're located right next to the shift. As you can see, it's the far left hand side of the keyboard. And each key is individually backlit. So on the back of this keyboard, on the back of this box, we've got all the key features. Individually backlit keys with 5 levels of lighting, 10 customizable software profiles with on-the-fly switching. Again, I don't know what that means, but if I figure it out, I will post another video about it. Also, all this information will be in the description below. Easy access media keys for convenient volume control and media playback. And those media keys are located at the top of the keyboard. F1 is mute, F2 is volume down, F3 is volume up, F5 play, pause, F6 stop, F7 is back, F8 is forward. Then you got here, which is showing for the right hand side of the keyboard. Can't really see. Let me get some light. Doesn't help much, but there's a USB port that my mouse is plugged into, as well as two microphone, a microphone in port and a headphone out port, as it mentions here. My earphone in, earphone out and microphone in jacks. Then you've got optimized gaming key matrix for minimized ghosting. And if you don't know what ghosting is, I looked it up. I got this website right here. A link will be in the description, but it's Microsoft.com/applied sciences/anti-ghosting explained. And it says, what is the problem? Can't really get the camera to focus on it, but it says, what is the problem? Ghosting is the problem that some keyboard keys don't work when multiple keys are pressed simultaneously. The key presses that don't show up on the computer or seem to have disappeared are said to have been ghosted. And then there's more information about keyboards, but my keyboard says anti-ghosting, what causes ghosting, why wouldn't keyboard hardware be able to read some keys, and a bunch of other information as you see scrolling up my screen right now. And if you want to see that, there will be a link to that in the description. Next is mechanical key architecture, and I think my computer's causing this to not focus. No, it just doesn't want to focus at all. So it says mechanical key architecture for faster actuation and extended lifespan. I don't know what the lifespan of a normal membrane keyboard is. There's an advertisement for what type of monitor I have. So if you don't know what actuation is, which was mentioned in that last section about the mechanical key architecture for faster actuation and extended lifespan, actuation point, which is the same thing, is the point at which the contact mechanism registers a key press. So faster recognition that a key has been pressed. Next is, again, fully programmable keys with 5 additional gaming keys with on-the-fly macro recording. Again, I don't know what the macro recording is, but if I find out, I will make an additional video. I may even find out while I'm making this video. Not too sure, but I might get lucky. And then over here on the right hand side, we got these 3 windows here. Most of them just mention information that was already mentioned, but there is this little diagram here of a key. It's not really exactly easy to see. I'm going to turn on the flashlight on my phone because I don't have a light over by my computer. The closest light is over there. Sorry about the mess, but I need to clean. Oh, that actually does kind of help. It doesn't help being able to read it, but there's the picture of what the key mechanism looks like. I know you can't see in very good detail. I'm sorry, it's a really old, not so great quality camera, but that shouldn't be important. It's the information that this video is about, not the quality of my camera. But if for some reason you care about the quality of my camera, I apologize that it's not the best. So the information that they give about the keys here are tactile tap, quotation marks, feedback when actuated. What that means is when actuated, you will hear a tap like this. That means the key has been actuated. Some people think it's loud, but I've gotten to the point where I hardly even notice it. Optimized actuation. Next feature is that optimized actuation force of 50 grams. It says 50 G, but the G is lowercase, so that means grams, which means in order to press the key down to the actuation point, which is that, is 50 grams. So you literally only need to just lightly tap the key. Like I can't even do it. I press too hard, and I just press the key all the way down, but don't have to push the key very far, which is mentioned in the next one. Reduced. Whoa, what happened? My quality just went all weird. Hopefully this isn't showing on yours and it's just my display screen. If for some reason the quality just went and you can't see anything, I apologize. Again, the camera is extremely old. It needs to be replaced. Reduced actuation distance of 2 millimeters, which, if you don't know what 2 millimeters is, I can't even really measure it with my fingers. It's like that much. It is an insanely small distance. Lifespan of up to 50 million keystrokes. I'm assuming 50 million is a lot more than a membrane computer. I mean, a membrane keyboard. If one of you knows what the lifespan of a membrane keyboard is, that would be great if you could leave a comment below. So let me know so I can include that in the description. And I will be sure to give you a shout out if you do give me that information. The next one is rapid key snapback after keystroke execution, which means after you press the key down and you release it, it rapidly goes back to the full length, so you can easily type as fast as you possibly can. Next is again, they already mentioned fully, is this second box here, and it says fully mechanical keys with 50 grams actuation force, and it's in Spanish again. It's got a little window of the number pad in the game, and it shows the gaming mode activated and the macro button activated and stuff like that. USB pass-through and media jacks. I already mentioned that in this section up here, but there it is again. There's a diagram of it. Again, you can't see it, unfortunately. There, now you can see it. That is actually on the keyboard. Let's see if I can I'll try showing it again. There it is. USB on the right hand side. The camera's upside down, so USB is on the right hand side, then it's next to the USB is the microphone, and then the headphone jack is on the left. Really great app on my phone that gives it makes it a flashlight. Well, I'm gonna use that, even though it's gonna kill my battery. It doesn't help on this section, unfortunately. So lastly, we've got this little section of information right here. This is the English section. Then there's French, Spanish, and Portuguese. So again, fully mechanical keys with 50 grams actuation force. You already know that. 1000 hertz ultra polling. I will with 1 millisecond response time. Now, if you don't know what ultra polling is, and you would only know this if you would only really know this if you looked up other keyboards, from what I other RaZER keyboards, because from what I understand, this is just a RaZER thing, because I had to look it up. I looked it up and I could only find the answer for a keyboard on the actual RaZER website, razersupport.com / and a bunch of mumbo jumbo that I'm not gonna say. And what it says is question what is ultra polling? Answer: ultra polling is a technology developed by RaZER that heightens the frequency at which the keyboard reports actuation information back to the computer. The reduction of interval between each transmission of data down to a blistering 1 millisecond results in more responsive execution of the user's commands on the keyboard. So in layman's terms, ultra polling is a way of making the computer read a keystroke even faster in like 1 millisecond, which means like literally the instant you the instant you press the key down, the computer knows you pressed it, because there are 100 milliseconds in a single second, and then there's 60 seconds in a minute, and you know the rest from there, I hope. Programmable key. Next is programmable keys with on-the-fly macro recording. Gaming mode with option for deactivation of Windows keys. That is down here with the function key, which is on the right hand side of the QWERTY part of the keyboard. I don't know why RaZER insisted upon putting the function key on the right. Normally the function key goes over here, and it's in between the Windows key and the Alt key, but they put it over here between the Alt and this Windows key. So you press FN, F11, which has a little picture of a G on it. You can't see it because it's not backlit. They backlit the main keys, not the like shift keys, but you can see it there, kind of. Sorry, again, not the best of quality camera. I apologize. It's a G in the middle of some crosshairs, but when you press that, a little G with a green G with crosshairs pops up there under the num lock, scroll lock, and cap lock keys. And what that does is deactivates this Windows key here. So when I press it, I'm still pressing it, don't worry, see? It doesn't open the start menu. As well as with this one, which, oh no, it still does that one. And in the informational videos I'd seen, it said that it deactivates this key, but apparently it doesn't. Actually, I'll mention that later. Next is 10 customizable software profiles with on-the-fly switching, and then the additional five additional macro keys. These right here. Earlier they called them gaming keys. I believe they're all the same. Gaming optimized matrix for minimized ghosting. You knew that already, I mentioned that earlier. Multimedia controls, mentioned that earlier as well. Individually backlit keys with 5 levels of lighting, I mentioned that earlier as well. Audio in, audio out, mic in jacks, I mentioned that. USB pass-through, I mentioned that. New point, braided cable. I'm not going to show you on the keyboard because the keyboard is a part of it, and the cable is... Actually, I will show you, never mind. So here's the thickness of the cable. It's actually pretty thick. I mean, here's the thickness of my mouse, which is also a RaZER product. You can't see the logo on it. Lag, no you can. RaZER Mamba. I did an unboxing video of that. Luckily that one didn't get corrupted, but this video did. And you got your really super thick, it doesn't really bend very well, cable. It was extremely long. I didn't even use most of it. The one thing I can't show you is that it on the end it has 2 USBs. One USB is for the actual keyboard, and then there's one for the USB port on the side, as well as there's two plugs. One that has pink around it and a microphone on it. That's the mic that goes into the microphone jack on the back of your computer. And then there's one with a pair of headphones, and it's green, and that goes into your headphone jack on the back of your computer. Get my phone out of the way. And those are to activate so those extra 3 plugins are to activate the 3 things on the right hand side of the keyboard there. And that's it for the information that's on the box. Now I'll get to how to install the drivers for this keyboard. as well as price check, but I'm going to do how to install first. So we're going to be switching over to up on my screen. This is the actual program that you will download to run to work the keyboard, but I first have to show you how you get this. There's some information about buying the keyboard for it, but that'll come later. So here you have RaZERzone.com. Try to show it, but I doubt it'll show up, because on the screen I see it's just a giant blur of letters at the top. But this is RaZERzone.com. There will be there won't be a link in the I guess I could put a link in the description, but there will be a link to the website, but it'll be for the keyboard, for purchasing the keyboard. But you can pretty much find your way from there as well, because the keys are still up there as well. But here's the actual website, RaZERzone.com. Here's the home page. Free shipping with select RaZER products. There isn't much to select from. Actually, that's a lie. There wasn't anything I wanted in that section, because their products are extremely expensive on their website. What you'll do is you'll go up here to support. There's the RaZER logo, there's products, store, and then support. You'll click support. It'll bring you to this page here. You can register peripherals here, so you can register a mouse, keyboard, headset. If you bought one of their new RaZER blades, it's got its own individual thing here. And what you'll want is down here with this little download symbol. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. My camera ran out of memory. I had no idea that this video was so long. So I'm going to have to hurry this up, because unless my camera registered wrong, this is already a half an hour long. So right back to it. You're going to want this section right here, which is the download firmware and manual downloads. You click here, and it'll bring you to this section here. And then you're going to want main categories, which are over here. There's some other stuff down here. Actually, I can show you down here. So you can either click in this section here, underneath at the bottom of the page, bottom-ish part of the page, on the second panel of these windows, there's RaZER keyboard products. It's also up here under main categories. It's the second one. Either one, it doesn't matter. I'm going to click this one since that's the one I'm pointing at. And then it'll take you to the RaZER keyboard products page, where you'll have all the RaZER products, from the Anansi to the Tarantula, all of them. But since this is the BlackWidow Ultimate, you want BlackWidow Ultimate range. It's the fourth one. There's not to be confused with just BlackWidow range, because this is the Ultimate, not the BlackWidow, but the BlackWidow Ultimate. And there's also the BlackWidow 2013 range, the BlackWidow 2013, which I think is the same as the BlackWidow Ultimate. Just saying, I haven't found any differentiation in the specs, other than the fact that RaZER stopped selling the Ultimate for PC, but I'll get to that later. So you'll click PC range, and then there's the BlackWidow Ultimate, the BlackWidow Ultimate Mac layout, and then underneath the BlackWidow Ultimate there's the Stealth Edition. I don't know what the difference between the Stealth Edition and the Ultimate are, but that's because I didn't buy the Stealth Edition, because the Stealth Edition is more money. So you click BlackWidow Ultimate, and then you click drivers, and it will start opening the downloader for RaZER Synapsis 2.0. And when that's done downloading, it'll go in. If you have Google Chrome, it'll go into your downloads right here. It'll be I do believe it'll be an exe file. I don't remember. I deleted it. and you just follow the instructions, and then you'll have this program right here. And this is the reason why I'm not showing you this stuff in screen capture mode, because my screen capture thing does not capture this screen here for the key. So this is the first screen that opens because you just saw me click it. You got your keyboard displayed right here, and then you got your shortcuts. This is the customize section under keyboard, and you can customize any of the keys. Any key is customizable. Like I can make G do stuff. You can, if you click a key, right now it's set to default, which is a single key G, and you can make it do a keyboard function, a mouse function, inter device, I don't know what that is, macro, again I don't know what that is, switch profile, don't know what that is, or launch program. I know what launch program does. I don't know what any of the other stuff does. I haven't messed with anything else yet. Again, when I do figure that out, if I figure that out, I will be posting a video. But if you click launch program, it'll bring up a section right here that says program to launch, and what you'll do is you'll click it and it'll bring up a thing, and you can go digging through your computer looking for the application for something, like I did for my additional gaming macro keys. And then you click save. I'm going to click cancel because I don't want to change G from anything. And then I've got my macro keys already programmed for stuff. One is it says HK ship, but that's Sleeping Dogs. 2 is Left 4 Dead. 3 is Portal 2. 4 is Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and 5 is Skyrim. I'll show you an example. I press M5 on the keyboard, and it launches the Skyrim launcher thing from Steam. And then I have F4 set for Steam. And as an example, I will set the Steam one. I will go like this, default, save. So now you can see it's no longer green. And now I click it, click here, launch program, click, and then you will go to your computer, whatever your hard drive is. Mine says OSC, and then you go to program, files, x86, and then you go down to Steam, and then you look for the Steam launch application, which is right here. It says Steam Steam Error Reporter. Wait, that can't be right. But it is. That's the application. No way, there's got to be a different one. Ah, here we go. Steam Overlay UI. So you double click that to open it, I do believe, and then it's set. And then if I press F4, hopefully if I did this right, if I didn't, it'll launch something completely different. It doesn't seem to be launching, so I did something wrong. So I'll do a different one. I'll redo this one. So this one's Sleeping Dogs. I had Sleeping Dogs on Steam, so I go launch program. It's already set, but I'm going to show you anyways. So in Steam, it automatically opens Steam. I didn't do that. You go to Steam Apps, and then Common, and then Sleeping Dogs, and then there's an application in here. On my computer, it's called HK Ship. I'm not going to change it because I don't want to risk that it doesn't work. And it says file type application. Double click that, and then I click save, and now that key is set to launch that, and I'll have to fix my F4 again. Oh well, not too big of a deal. But next I will do, I don't know what this is, shortcut keys. I do believe you can set those to launch a program as well. So like when you press FN0, it'll launch something and stuff like that. Then you got lighting, you got pulsate, you got off, which is what it's set to now, dim, which is FN F12, the little lighting thing. That's dim. Normal. As you can see, normal. Bright. That's bright. And then you have pulsate, which is where the keyword pulsates between on, bright, off. As you can see there, it doesn't actually show it pulsating on there, but as you can see, pulsate is lit. And then you can turn off, and then you can have it turn off LED when display is in sleep mode. And then you got gaming modes, for the gaming key. When you press the gaming key, it will switch on and off. And you can make it so that it disables Windows key. You can make it disable Alt F4, which, if you don't know, is close the screen. And I don't know what Alt Tab is. I've never accidentally pressed Alt Tab, but as you can see, I just made it so that Alt F4 doesn't work when the gaming key is on. Because Alt F4 is the keyboard program for shutting whatever window you're in. I would show you, but I don't want to shut this. And then you got your macro recording. Again, I don't know how to work this. I'm not even going to mess with it right now, since I have no idea what it does. But there's your macro recording. It changed this here. Macro name, add, I don't know, remove, name it, record delay, default, no delay, record, insert, stuff like that. I don't know what it does, but that's there as well. And that's about it for the keyboard. I mean, here's what the keyboard sounds like when you're typing. Let me just get a Word document open. Here, I'll actually type something. I'm just gonna set you down to the side. I don't know what that's showing. It's showing a really awkward view of the keyboard, but I'm just gonna type something. Let me turn this to dim. So let's see, I'll type, hey, let me tell you what I typed. Hey, YouTube, stay awesome. Hope this video is helpful. So I typed, hey YouTube, stay awesome, hope this video is helpful when deciding to buy a BlackWidow Ultimate. Unfortunately, I can't make it readable for you guys, but there it is. That was just a demonstration for how loud it is when I type. I hardly notice anymore, but in my opinion, it's not too bad. The only other thing I can show you is I accidentally took this key off, and now it doesn't stay very well, so I wouldn't recommend taking these keys off. But you got your key, you got what it looks like without a key there. You got your actual mechanism, your actual mechanical mechanism. I don't think that comes off. And then behind that you got your LED light As you can see, that's one light of however many keys there are on the keyboard, and each key has its own individual light, as you can see, based on that. I would not recommend taking those off because now that key is loose. But other than that, I really like my RaZER BlackWidow Ultimate. It's a really awesome keyboard. I can now launch all my favorite games from the side here. I don't even need to go opening Steam and rifling through all my games to find stuff. Now all my favorite games are right here, and I'm gonna add more to like my F10 and these keys right here that I never use except delete. The print screen key will be one. I'll probably do the F10, the FN number keys, and stuff like that. And I hope that this video, this informational video about the keyboard has been helpful. The keyboard is 3 pounds. The only thing I didn't mention on this box, I think, is the size. It's 45 by 71 by 30, which is 145 from this end to this end, 171 from here to here, and then 30 from down here up to here. Not from here down because it is already slanted. The keyboard is built on a slant, as you can see from here. If you put it up on the stilts, which I'm gonna do, I have to set you down. If you put it up on stilts, it's even higher, as you can see. And that's about it for this video, really. I give the keyboard pretty much a 5 out of 5 because it is the coolest keyboard I've ever owned. I mean, I had a standard keyboard, pardon the mess, but I had your standard membrane keyboard like that before, and that's my old computer from before I upgraded to get into PC gaming. But other than that, there isn't really much else I can say about this keyboard. All the information I have mentioned and all the websites I used to I forgot the price check thing. So I'm going to make this extremely quick. So you got right here, you got RaZER.com. You got my BlackWidow Ultimate Elite Mechanical Gaming Keyboard right here for $129.99. However, RaZER stopped selling the Elite Mechanical Gaming Keyboard for the BlackWidow Ultimate for PC. They only sell it for Mac now. I don't know why they did this, but they did. On the right hand side here, though, you've got the RaZER BlackWidow Ultimate 2013, which is as you can probably see, it doesn't look like they added anything to the 2013. And it's still the Elite model. It's not the Essential or the or whatever the other one was. It is still the Elite Mechanical Gaming Keyboard. It just looks like they made it green instead of blue. And that one is $139.99. I did not buy my keyboard from RaZER. I bought mine from Newegg. But this is just to show you what is available and where it's available. Now here we have the Fry's.com, which is Fry's Electronics website. They have the RaZER Battlefield 3 BlackWidow Ultimate, which is just the BlackWidow Ultimate, but it has instead of being a glossy black like mine, it has Battlefield 3 design on the side on the keyboard, and here it is $139.99. And then you've got the you got Best Buy RaZER BlackWidow Ultimate Mechanical Gaming Keyboard, and it is $129.99 here. I've seen it go on sale for $15.98. but it is normally $129.99. And then you got the Newegg website right here. The first one is the one that I bought. This is the one I bought. $113.99, which is a lot cheaper. It's even $2 less than what it goes on sale at Best Buy for on occasion. And before I bought it, when I bought it, it was on sale for Labor Day weekend. So I know that this goes on sale for $94.99, I think I paid. And as you can see, here's the Black Widow Ultimate, all the specs and stuff. And this is Newegg. There will be links to the RaZER page if you want to buy it from RaZER. There's the Fry's Electronics page. That'll be in the description. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Best Buy and Newegg. The only thing I forgot to mention about this is the keyboard comes with a certificate of authenticity. It also comes with a quick install guide, a complete manual, and a product catalog and some stickers. And then all I have to say is, if you guys like this video and if it was helpful, please be sure to give it a like rating. If you have any questions or comments about the keyboard, be sure to leave it in the description. If you have any feedback for me, be sure to leave a comment. I do read all my comments. I don't get overwhelmed with comments, so whenever somebody posts a comment, I try to reply as quickly as possible. And I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope you guys have a great day and enjoy this extremely long informational video about the RaZER BlackWidow Ultimate Mechanical Gaming Keyboard.